The Big Bang Theory's new spin-off can kill the Leonard is dead theory, and I've got to hope it will. Otherwise, the show's ending looks much worse. When The Big Bang Theory wrapped its 12-season run in 2019, fans left with mixed feelings. Sure, we got Sheldon's Nobel win, Amy and Penny's emotional breakthroughs, and Howard's weirdly heartwarming astronaut dad moment. But one lingering question haunted a portion of the fandom. Was Leonard actually alive at the series finale? Yes, I know that sounds absurd. Leonard Hofstadter, the bespectacled experimental physicist, a man defined by neuroses, romantic insecurity, and the occasional genius spark, has been alive on our screens for over a decade. But as fan theories go, the Leonard is dead theory quietly gained traction online, prompting a blend of morbid curiosity and desperate hope. This theory isn't just some random internet fever dream, it's rooted in subtle cues from the show's ending. The argument is simple but chilling. In the final season, Leonard's life seems eerily detached, with several dreamlike sequences, repeated emphasis on his existential anxieties, and moments where the camera lingers a little too long on his expressions, almost like the universe is giving us a hint. Some fans argue that the finale is a metaphorical depiction of Leonard's imagination, a mental space where his friends, his love, and his life continue, while in reality, he might have succumbed to the very loneliness that defined his early years. Now, before you dismiss this theory as outright lunacy, consider the emotional mechanics behind it. The Big Bang Theory has always balanced comedy with a kind of quiet existentialism. Sheldon, despite being socially obtuse, often grapples with morality and the nature of human connection. Leonard, in contrast, functions as the audience surrogate, a person constantly navigating disappointment, longing, and compromise. The Leonard is dead theory taps into that narrative rhythm. What if the show was less a story of life and more a constructed memory of what could have been? Enter the new spin-off. Yes, that's right. The Big Bang Theory universe is expanding again, and this time it has the potential to directly confront or debunk the theory that has plagued the fandom for years. Reports suggest that the new show will center on Howard and Bernadette's children, introducing a younger generation of geniuses in training while keeping Leonard, Penny, and Sheldon as peripheral, guiding figures. But here's the critical piece. Early teasers show Leonard actively mentoring, engaging in personal adventures, and even experiencing events that could not exist in a purely imagined space. In other words, the spin-off is positioning Leonard as undeniably, unequivocally alive. Why does this matter so much? For fans who believed in the morbid theory, the finale's charm dimmed slightly. What was supposed to be a satisfying conclusion to a beloved sitcom suddenly became a little too abstract, a little too dark. The spin-off, by re-establishing Leonard in the living world, restores the narrative integrity that the original series teased but never explicitly confirmed. Suddenly, the emotional weight of his relationship with Penny, the brotherly bond with Sheldon, and his triumphs and failures feel grounded again. The joy of the finale, which had always hinged on the life-affirming culmination of long-term friendships and romantic persistence, regains its sparkle. But here's where it gets interesting. The spin-off doesn't have to over-explain or hammer the point home. It simply needs to exist. Leonard's presence, however brief or secondary, communicates, yes, Leonard survived, thrived, and continues to experience life. This subtle validation can dissolve the shadow of the Leonard is dead theory without diminishing the finale. The emotional resonance is preserved, and the show's legacy as a heartfelt comedy about nerds, love, and social awkwardness remains intact. Let's pause and consider why this theory took root in the first place. Leonard's character is inherently liminal. He is neither the overtly comedic Sheldon nor the extroverted Howard. He is grounded, relatable, and constantly navigating the middle space between brilliance and mediocrity. This makes him both familiar and strangely abstract, particularly in moments of self-reflection or despair. During the finale, when the camera lingers on Leonard's quiet smiles or his soft interactions with Penny, some viewers interpreted these as indicators of a consciousness detached from reality, memories playing out like a bittersweet simulation. It's a testament to the show's nuanced writing that a character meant to provide comic relief could also inspire existential dread. Additionally, the finale's montage-heavy structure lent itself to ambiguity. The focus on group interactions, scientific victories, and romantic milestones felt like a curated memory reel, not a sequential narrative. This is the perfect soil for fan theories. Ambiguity plus affection equals speculation. And while some fans revel in these what-ifs, others found the theory deeply unsettling because it tainted the conclusion with a tinge of mortality, a reminder that Leonard's happiness might only exist in fiction, or worse, in his imagination. The spin-off then functions as both narrative and emotional therapy. It reassures fans that Leonard's story didn't end with the ambiguous final scene. It shows that life goes on, both for the characters and for the audience's attachment to them. This isn't just about continuity, it's about repairing the emotional scaffolding that the finale, intentionally or not, left slightly unsteady. By bringing Leonard back into the fold, actively, visibly, and vibrantly, the spin-off affirms that the universe of the Big Bang Theory is, in fact, alive and Leonard with it. Yet, there's a subtle risk here. Overdoing Leonard's involvement could undermine the elegance of the original ending. The finale worked in part because it allowed each character space to breathe and reflect, leaving fans with the satisfying impression that life goes on even after the credits roll. If Leonard is suddenly center stage in the spin-off, complete with dramatic arcs and plot lines that overshadow his peers, it could retroactively cheapen the delicate balance of the finale. The challenge for the spin-off creators is to integrate Leonard meaningfully without compromising the philosophical and emotional resonance of the original ending. There's also a meta aspect to consider. The Big Bang Theory was never just about jokes. It was about connection, growth, and finding meaning in the mundane. The Leonard is dead theory, while unsettling, is a fascinating reflection of how invested audiences became in the idea of continuity, survival, and the emotional truth of fictional characters. It's almost as if fans refuse to let Leonard exist in any state less than fully realized and fully alive, a tribute, in a way, to the impact of the character itself. The spin-off's ability to squash the theory, therefore, is not just about storytelling. It's about reaffirming the emotional contract between creators and viewers, that the lives we've followed, laughed at, and cried over are valid, continuous, and enduring. Personally, I am cautiously optimistic. The spin-off has the perfect opportunity to correct any lingering doubts, to affirm that Leonard exists beyond the confines of fan speculation. It can show him teaching his children, tinkering with experiments, debating string theory with Sheldon, or even stumbling through awkward social moments, life in all its messy, nerdy glory. And if it does this well, it will enhance the legacy of the Big Bang Theory rather than dilute it. It will be a gentle reassurance that Leonard Hofstadter didn't vanish into some abstract theoretical ether, but continues to exist in the messy, endearing, and sometimes ridiculous reality the show always celebrated. Of course, there's